I'm Dr. Ebony Purcell, proud principal of this incredible campus and honored to be serving as your MC for tonight's 2025 State of the City event. It's a privilege to welcome you, all of you, our city leaders, community partners, and residents to an evening that's all about connection, celebration, and looking ahead. To begin, please join me in welcoming to the stage for the Pledge of Allegiance, King Ramos, son of Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Ramos.
Everybody, please stand up. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good job. Good job.
Excellent job, King. Please join me in welcoming to the stage for the singing of our national anthem, Ms. Charity Reyes, the First Lady of Adelanto.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, First Lady did that. Thank you. You may all be seated. Please join me in welcoming Councilmember Angelo Meza, who will be offering the invocation for this evening.
I'm going to need you to stand one more time for our Lord Jesus Christ, please. Please stand and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we just want to come to you right now, Lord, and say thank you. Thank you for putting a blessing upon Adelanto. We ask that you cover us in the blood of Jesus and watch over us. Give us the right decisions to make this city go forward. Please watch over our mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and all the city council, that we make the right decisions for this city, Lord. We ask that you cover us in all the high desert, Lord. We thank you and praise you in Lord Jesus Christ's name. We all say, amen. Thank you.
The theme for this evening, Adelanto-opoly, invested in progress, inspired by possibility, beautifully captures what tonight is about. Much like the game board it references, Adelanto is a city where people are constantly building, investing, collaborating, and creating opportunities. At Adelanto High, we are proud to be one of the places where those investments come to life. Through the dedication of our families, the commitment of our staff, and the strength of the programs that support our students, this is where the next generation is equipped to lead, serve, and shape the future. As one of 3 comprehensive high schools in our district, Adelanto High is proud to lead the way. We hold the highest graduation rate, consistently graduating 98% or more of our students, far surpassing the San Bernardino County average. We also have the highest A through G completion rate, meaning our students are graduating with the academic foundation to enter a 4-year college or university. In addition, we boast the highest career technical education, or ROP is what's called when we were in school, completion rate in the region, not just our district, equipping students with soft skills, career readiness, and industry certifications that empower them to enrich their lives and contribute meaningfully to our community. And for those who choose a path of service, we proudly celebrate multiple military enlistments each year, honoring their commitment to serve our country. Athletically, our students continue to excel with numerous Desert Sky League championships and even a few CIF titles to their name. Tonight, as we reflect on our past, celebrate our present, and dream boldly into our future, we're reminded that progress doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of vision, persistence, and partnership. Whether you're shaping policy, teaching a child, starting a business, or mentoring a young leader, you are building the Adelanto of tomorrow. Your presence here is proof that our city's momentum is fueled by the dedication of those willing to invest in what's possible. Thank you for being a vital part of that journey. Before we look ahead, it's important to take a moment to reflect on the path that brought us here. Our story as a city is rooted in resilience, vision, and the people who laid the foundation for what we continue to build today. We're honored to be joined by someone who plays a key role in strengthening our community through service and connection. Ruby Clark, Director of Member Relations for the Greater High Desert Chamber of Commerce, is here this evening to help us take a thoughtful walk down memory lane and revisit the legacy of Adelanto's founder, E.H. Richardson. Please welcome Ruby Clark.
Wow, these shoots are loud, right? So good evening. Quick shout out to my boss, Mark Crefeld, President CEO. Thank you. I'm delighted to share the remarkable journey of a great man, leader, and visionary, and to share, thank you, and to share a story of resilience, dedication, and success. Behind every great invention is a story of perseverance. In the early 1900s, a man named E.A. Richardson was working for the Ontario Power Company. He spent his days thinking about how this powerful new force, electricity, could make life easier for everyday people. At the time, ironing clothes was exhausting, time-consuming, and frankly, a bit dangerous. Heavy metal irons were heated on stovetops, and it was all too easy to scorch your hand, your shirt, or your furniture. According to local lore, Richardson's inspiration struck not in a laboratory, but in his own living room. His wife, unimpressed with the effort it took to keep his stiff collars in shape, made her feelings known to him. But rather than argue, Richardson did what any good inventor might do. He went to the garage and solved the problem. What a smart man. The result was a lightweight electric iron, one of the earliest of its kind. But he didn't stop there. To build momentum for his new invention, Richardson gave away dozens of electric irons in the surrounding communities, especially in what we now recognize as Upland and Ontario. He even convinced the electric company to supply power on Tuesdays, which he promoted as Ironing Day, and the strategy worked. Word spread quickly, and soon product demand soared. In 1915, Richardson sold one of his patents for $75,000, a substantial amount of money at that time, and used the proceeds to purchase a large tract of land in the high deserts. The land would become Adelanto. Originally envisioned as a planned community and a haven for World War I veterans recovering from respiratory illnesses, it was more than just an open space. Richardson believed in building a city grounded in health, opportunity, and renewal. Although his plans for a dedicated respiratory hospital were never fully realized, the community imagined began to take shape. Decades later, Adelanto officially incorporated as a city in 1970. From its beginning, Adelanto was built on innovation, compassion, and a belief in creating something better. That spirit is still alive today. It can be seen in the entrepreneurs investing in local businesses, in the volunteers working behind the scenes to support others, and in the young people who dare to dream big, just as Richardson once did. As this community comes together to reflect on its progress and future, it carries forward the same values that shaped its founding: courage, vision, and a care for others. And tonight, as you take home your commemorative iron game pieces, we hope it serves as a reminder of where this city began. It all started with a spark of imagination, a little persistence, and a whole lot of heart. Thank you. Let's go, Adelanto!
Thank you, Ruby. I learned quite a bit myself. I don't know about you guys. And thank you to the Greater High Desert Chamber of Commerce for your continued partnership and leadership in this region. Adelanto continues to grow because of the leadership and dedication of those who serve this city with vision and purpose. Tonight, we are proud to recognize the individuals who guide that progress every day. Please join me in acknowledging our City Council. Council Member Stevana Evans. Council Member Amanda Updegrove, who is unable to join us this evening. Council Member Angelo Meza. Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Ramos. Mayor Gabriel Reyes. On behalf of the City of Adelanto, we thank you all for your commitment to moving Adelanto forward. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome Mayor Gabriel Reyes to the stage as we turn the spotlight to the present and hear the latest reflections and achievements in our 2025 State of the City Address.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, first and foremost, to Dr. Purcell for hosting this year's State of the City. I'm overwhelmed with excitement and joy because of where it is that we are going. Before I get started with the State of the City, I want to say a special thank you to my beautiful wife, Charity Reyes. When it comes to leadership and when it comes to being responsible for anything, people don't really notice the burden that the family carries. Right? I'm going into my 7th year as the honor to be able to serve as the mayor of Adelanto, and I couldn't have done it without the support of my amazing wife for the long days, the long nights, the trial and error, the growing pains. I thank you, babe, for all of your patience, for all your love, for all of your support. And also to my mother, Marcelina Reyes. Para mi mamá, I'm going to say it in Spanish so she can understand. Gracias, ma, por todo el apoyo, por todo el amor, por toda la ayuda que me das a mí, que me das a mi esposa, en soportándonos con todas las ideas y todas las cosas que queremos hacer para hacer Adelanto más mejor. Nomás con todo mi corazón trato de ser un hijo más mejor, para que pueda ser un esposo más mejor, para que pueda ser un alcalde más mejor. I was just saying to my mother, thank you so much for all your love and all your support and supporting all of my crazy ideas and dreams. It's her support for my wife and for myself and my family that we're able to do this, so that I can be a better son, so that I can be a better husband, and so that I can be a better mayor for this city. Before we get started, I'm a firm believer that there is no I in team, but there's for sure an I in win. I want to give some love and some appreciation to our team. We talked about the amazing city council that we have here in the city of Adelanto. 2 members are unable to join us today for business and personal reasons, so our thoughts and wishes are out with them as they're also being there for their families, right? Yes, we're elected officials, but our family comes first, so we support them in the things that they have going on. We do miss them this year, but they'll most definitely be with us for the next. But I want to turn over to the true heartbeat of the city, right? Yes, myself, the council, we get to stand here before you guys and talk about all the good and this, that, and the third, but really, we couldn't do anything that we do without our amazing city manager, Mr. Jesse Flores. Jesse, please stand. And honestly, the reality is Jesse wouldn't be able to do what he does without the amazing support of his executive assistant, Virginia Cervantes, and also Brenda Lopez, our city clerk. So ladies, thank you so much for all that you do to allow the city manager to flourish the way that he does. The city is forever grateful. Do not plan on retiring anytime soon. I will tell Jesse to deny those requests because we still have a lot of work to do. To all of our amazing partners, we keep on stressing partnership, partnership, partnership. We couldn't be here without you. We couldn't be here without the support. So I just want to say thank you to all our dignitaries who are here. Ruby, give a shout out to Mark. So the Greater High Desert Chamber, Mark Crayfield, thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you so much for being understanding on the last little knuckleball that was thrown. But it was something that we hope that you guys do see, that there's something special about this school. There's something special about the culture. There's something special about the leadership and the importance of being able to highlight the great things that go on here at this high school, because this is the heartbeat of our community. So, Mr. Crayfield, thank you so much for all your continued support and our continued love that you do give to the city, as long as with you, Ms. Ruby. Thank you so much for all of that. I want to say thank you to our staff and our PIOs, Ms. Anita, and then we have Mr. Arlie. I want to put you guys on blast really quick. How many of you have your irons? You have your irons? Go ahead, look at the bottom really quick. So I love the theme of Monopoly. Don't get me wrong. I get it, right? Monopoly. But how many of you know that the Monopoly man only has a fat head? Right? He don't got a fat body. Right? So I'm going to take that as a sign that we're going to have to follow something that the town of Apple Valley does, and we're going to go ahead and do a mayor's weight loss challenge. Going to go ahead and throw that out there because, they made me a little curvy, not just in the face, but in the body, So we're going to go ahead and work on that so that we get that going. But with all jokes aside, thank you so much to Mr. Arlie and Ms. Anita, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to have this amazing day today. For the rest of our dignitaries, we have a lot of support here. Thank you, Jay, with Assemblyman Juan Carrillo's office for being present today. We have from the town of Apple Valley, Mr. Kurt Emick for being here. We have county supervisor staffs that are all here today. We have Tex Williams with the city of Barstow. We had Mr. Ochoa from the city of Hesperia. Laura with Congressman Obernotz's office. Thank you. We had Alfredo as well, I believe, with Senator Suzette's office. So thank you so much to each and every single one of you. I wouldn't name all of you, but it's late, and I know that we all want to get home, right? So for all that continued support, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and just give a quick little head nod when we're ready to go on to the next slide, but let me see where we are. So head nod. We have a lot of growth and vision, and we wanted to start with the importance of economic development. One of the things that the city of Adelanto has focused on is really understanding that it is economic development that stimulates your economy. The jobs brings the homes brings the retail, the commercial, and all of that then brings the entertainment. It was one of the conversations that 7 years ago that I sat down with my city manager and I asked him, how are we going to change the future of Adelanto? And he said, Mayor, it's the jobs. So to have a quick little overview about the city of Adelanto, we are currently 38,000, next slide, oh, too far. Back one, before we get into cannabis, back one. So the population of Adelanto is currently roughly 38,000 people. We're 55 square foot miles and less than 18% developed. Highway 395 is our main corridor, and Highway 395 is known as Three Flags Highway because 395 connects to the 15, it goes all the way down to the Mexican border, and it goes all the way up north and running to the Canadian border. So that's why we have the nickname Three Flags Highway. If you look on Highway 395 right before the pilot station, you'll see that there's a street called Three Flags Road. It's to give honor and homage for Highway 395 connecting three countries. We average roughly 30,000 vehicles a day. Keep that in mind. We have 30,000 cars that goes up the Highway 395 every single day. We are ideal for a logistical hub. Logistical hub means jobs, it means transport, it means opportunity with that great opportunity there. And it is prime for commercial and retail development along Highway 395. But unfortunately, this is something that has been stagnant since 1995 up into 2018. And a lot of people wonder why. Why do we see growth in Victorville, south of Palmdale? Why do we see growth in Hesperia off of Highway 395, but not through the city of Adelanto? That is something that we figured out early in 2019, and has been something that has been a stranglehold on the city of Adelanto. But it's something that we didn't allow to discourage us. It's something that we saw as a problem, and we knew that through partnership and collaboration that we would be able to get past that hurdle as well. So what we had to do was we had to go to the cannabis industry and bring excise tax to our community. That's the reason why we embraced it in 2016, was because the city does not have a debt problem, the city does not have a mismanagement problem, the city has a cash flow problem. We do not generate enough taxes in the city of Adelanto because we are not able to develop and build off of our main corridor, 395. So we have 30,000 cars that go up and down 395, but if you just look back at recent times, we've had one intersection light off of Seneca get installed. But when you go south to Victorville, they've had homes, they've had La Mesa, they've had Eucalyptus, they've had various different streets and allowed access off of Highway 395, and it took us some time to explore, but we did. So in that meantime, we decided to do something that was first of its kind in the city of Adelanto, when we embraced the cannabis industry from seed to sale, and it's been averaging about $4.5 to almost $5 million a year in cannabis excise tax. And with that, we'll talk about this a little bit later as well, we were the first city in the state of California to create a cannabis scholarship to help our youth pay and go to college. So this next slide is going to be a brief video that we should have Mayor Pro Tem here going to go ahead and be speaking. And I want to just talk until the video loads on what's been going on with Highway 395.
Great day, great day, great day. Adelanto residents, your favorite Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Ramos here on site near Lawson and Cortez, behind City Hall, next to 395, with a quick question for you all. Have you ever wondered why there's no economic development on 395 coming through the heart of Adelanto? No restaurants, no sit-down eateries, no hotels, nowhere where you can take your kids to play, bowling, movie theaters, anything like that? Well, let me answer that question for you. Let me take you back in time, give you a quick little history lesson, and then explain to you all what this current administration is doing about it today. Back in 1985, there was an agreement made between the then City Council and Caltrans to kill economic development alongside 395. Reason being was they were going to make it into a freeway. So the deal was made between the council. I don't know why. Therefore, there is no economic development on 395. Let's fast forward 40 years to today. Your current city council, under the amazing leadership of Mayor Gabriel Reyes and our city manager, Mr. Jesse Flores, we've had enough. We have had enough. We're long overdue. We want the same opportunities, the same eateries, the same hotels, the same restaurants that all of our neighboring cities do in the high desert. So what we're doing, or what we've done for the last couple years, is we've been working diligently around the clock to gain access to 395. How are we doing that? Through relationships. We've been working really hard the last 2 years to partner up and collaborate with San Bernardino County Transportation Authority, SBCTA. We've been working hard to collaborate with SCAG, Southern California Association of Governments, and Caltrans as well, to really bring in the resources to really make this agreement go away or amend this agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very, very close, and we have a special announcement that we're going to make here tonight at the State of the City. Residents, I'll close with this. Please trust and believe that your city council is working diligently and working hard every single day of the week and around the clock to bring these resources to us all. We've taken it all the way up to Sacramento. We've knocked on the door of our assemblymen. We've knocked on the door of our senator. We have had enough. Have hope, have trust, and have belief that your city council is here to continue working for you, and you will no longer in the future see nothing alongside 395. You will see opportunity, and you will see plenty of stuff to do.
So the announcement that we're happy to make today is that with all the diligent hard work of Mayor Pro Tem as he sits on SBCTA, and he is our regional council director with SCAG, we're happy to announce that we'll be on the next agenda for the CTC to discuss on removing that memorandum of understanding with Caltrans to allow economic development and the right to come to the city so that we can start building the eateries, so we can start building the entertainment, so we can start building the point of sales tax that are needed to continually have our city move forward. And ladies and gentlemen, again, we could not do this without partnership and without collaboration. So for the city of Victorville, town of Apple Valley, city of Hesperia, our county supervisors, our state assemblymen, our senators, our congressmen, thank you so much for your letters of support for VVTA, for the sheriffs, for the firefighters, for all the partners for the city of Adelanto. Thank you for your letters of support that we were able to submit to the CTC to let them know that this is something that is much needed and is something that is wanted for the community of Adelanto. We couldn't have done it without you. Next slide. But that didn't stop us. Just because we didn't have access to the 30,000 cars that we have a day, our city manager and our amazing staff hit the pavement. We went old school, traditional guerrilla marketing, and we started knocking on doors. And one of the first doors that we knocked on was Copart. Copart is the largest online dealer in the world. They work in partnership with insurance companies and other manufacturers. They're a publicly traded company on NASDAQ, and they have spanned over 100, I believe it's up to 120 acres here in the city of Adelanto, and doing tremendous work and bringing tremendous jobs to the city of Adelanto. So thank you, Copart, for believing in the city and making this your home. We've also have had General Atomics here for some time, but they continue to expand in our city. This company that supports production and testing for our Predator drones for our men and women who serve our country, and really give us the freedoms that we're able to have here in this great country. They are manufactured and built here, right here in the heart of our city. Heavy contracts with the Department of Defense. Next slide. To our partner, Clark Pacific, we were able to join them today for a celebration of promotions and recognition. And it is an honor and it is a privilege to be able to have Clark Pacific here in our city. They are one of Southern California's largest concrete precast manufacturing companies that have expanded to over 110 acres with a manufacturing plant that supports the demand of precast, prefabrication, and concrete building systems. to be able to see what it is that they do there and the high-paying jobs and the culture and the way that they love and they respect their employees, it's a beautiful thing to see. Today, if I'm not mistaken, Councilmember Mesa, we celebrated a couple 40-year, 35, 38-year employees. People have been working there longer than I've been born, right? So, but that just speaks highly to the leadership of Clark Pacific and the vision that is that they do, and we look forward with all our economic development to hopefully keep you guys here busy here in the city. We've also had the pleasure to attract XPO Logistics. XPO Logistics is one of the nation's largest freight haulers. Their terminal has expanded here into the blueprint and the footprint of the city of Adelanto over off of Adelanto Road and Rancho Road. They're a major trucking company, and the facility is there. And they have now become one of the city's largest employee base here in our community. Next slide. AES is a big project with the Baldy Mesa project that has spanned over 2,000 acres of solar farm and storage here in our city. They have 400 megawatts of solar and 400 megawatts of battery capacity. 200 of that power supports the Victorville Amazon Fulfillment Center there at the Southern California Logistics Air Base. Also, an announcement that we're happy to talk about here is the CarMax Restoration Center. They have secured 50 acres here in the city of Adelanto, and they're going to be bringing in over 150,000 square feet of building space located off of Rancho Road and Emerald Road, which is entitled. The beautiful thing about that, ladies and gentlemen, as we go into it, for every 1,000,000 square feet of manufacturing, of logistics, or whatever the case may be, that roughly brings in between 800 and 1,000 jobs. Right, so when you look at this, for every 100,000, you can guess right around 100 plus out jobs. So the city is continuously striving on being able to create more opportunities here in our city so that our residents do not have to commute up and down that Cajon Pass, and they'll be able to have high-paying jobs here in our community. Next slide. Rancho 38 Holdings is going to be as well, another 40-acre site, 700,000 square feet of warehouse distribution centers on the southwest corner of Rancho Road and Emerald, right? So just with those two locations there, that's over 800,000 square feet of industrial warehousing that we're going to be having. Next slide, we have Value Windows and Doors. This is a project that we've been working on since about 2019, and we're happy to announce that they have the necessary water pressure. We finished this project about a month and a half back, but they've been able to get the sign-off from the San Bernardino County Fire for the necessary water pressure, but they will be breaking ground on over 300 square feet of manufacturing. Value Windows and Doors is a European and American-style window and door manufacturer. They will be shutting down their Duarte and Moreno Valley locations and relocating up here. First phase is going to be 300,000 square feet. Next one is Steel Wave. They have secured 130 acres as of right now, and we have entitled 2.5 million square feet of logistics, distribution, and warehousing located on the northeast corner of Adelanto and Avion, right next to SCLA. One of the things that I give a lot of credit, and I'm grateful for my city manager for the amazing team that he's been able to assemble, is this project we were able to get through entitlement in a record time of 11 months. That's going through CEQA, that's going through NEPA, that's going through all the studies, that's going through all the different agencies, the alphabet agencies that we have in the state of California. We were able to get this project done. So ladies and gentlemen, if you look, just up until this point, we've been able to entitle nearly 4 million square feet of industrial warehousing here in our community. That potentially means about 4,000 jobs, not just for the city of Adelanto, but for our neighboring cities as well. Because again, the high desert culture is very different. We're a different group of people. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, we're something special up here. So the fact that all of our neighboring cities are working so hard to bring jobs here to our region is really gonna just give us the opportunity to be able to invest that time and give it back to our children and give it back to our families. What was able to make all this possible on the northeast side of town is we completed a 2-mile high-pressure 18-inch water line that was able to give the necessary and required fire flow requirements for the northeast side of town and for the city. Because again, we do have codes, we do have standards that we have to fulfill. And thank you again, San Bernardino County Fire, for all of your work and your great partnership in ensuring that everything that we do is not just building for today, but that we're building for the future. The next video that we're gonna play is a project that's near and dear to this council. One of the biggest things that we have an issue with, unfortunately, is illegal dumping. There is a lot of illegal dumping that goes on in our communities, and it's very frustrating. It's a hazard. It's an issue that we need to try to address. But if we can go ahead and just start playing this video, we've been able to come up with some creative concepts to protect our city. So to explain a little bit more in detail what that video was about, our staff was very creative in being able to tackle some of the issues that we have in our community, right? A lot of the projects that we do, we think outside of the box. One of the biggest things, in partnerships with the city, we hear that some parks, close to the high school, kids are running off to and being kids, right? So with all the technology that we were able to use with the license plate readers and the facial recognition, right? Now that park would be able to read license plates if there is any type of fights, if there is any type of damage. All of those areas have that type of technology for that. So if we do have any type of illegal dumping that goes around those areas of our wastewater facilities, we'll be able to read the license plate of those vehicles. And if they do go and dump, we're preparing ordinances that we are amending from neighboring cities in the high desert that have other type of illegal dumping issues. And what this technology is going to allow us to do moving forward is if we see vehicles with trailers or trucks with trash and they're coming into county land or they're coming into our side streets and they're full of trash and then they come back out and they're empty, well, that license plate reader technology is to be able to take a picture of the VIN number, take a picture of the license plate, and with this ordinance and in partnership with the DMV, we'll be sending up the citations for their registration. So Whether it was you or you lent your truck to your brother, your cousin, your best friend, your uncle's brother's, cousin, you're going to find out, and you'll find out when it's time to pay that registration, that there is a citation of $500, $1,000, whatever it is that we choose to do, because illegal dumping is a nuisance. It is a problem. It is a hazard, and our children do not deserve walking to school seeing filth on a regular basis. So we have to present these concepts. We have to secure our water sites. We want to say thank you to Landwan, our partner in IT department, for all the work that they did to bring this to fruition. We're securing our wastewater facilities, making sure that our water is not tampered with, that it stays pure. We have enough issues with that infrastructure that we're working on. We don't need to add on any others, right? So with being able to bring a proof of concept to our city, and that's one of the things that I love about our staff, is proof of concepts are very important. We don't want to bring anything to the city that doesn't bring a solution, that isn't something that can be prosperous and that can work. That's why with this, we wanted to show that it's something that we can do, so that when we go back out there, possibly, surprise city manager, in 2026, and we try to run this potential vacant land tax for the third time, our community can understand what it is that we're doing. You see, the city of Adelanto has 4 issues, in my opinion, living here since 1992. We don't have a Parks and Recs department. We have an infrastructure that needs support. We need more firefighters and sheriff and first responders. And we need to address this illegal dumping that's going on in our community. It's not okay. We have a dump. Thank you, Burtech, for all that you do. Then that's where it should be going. So being able to provide solutions is what it is that we do here in the city of Adelanto. Moving on, we have our residential housing. Now, with that demand, about almost 4 million square feet of industrial warehousing, we want our community to stay here, right? We want them to be able to live here, work here, enjoy here. So as of now, we've been able to attract D.R. Horton, Frontier Communities, K. Hovinian, KB Homes, and we've built 763 homes. 200 single-family residents are on 200 single-family resident homes are on their way, and within the next 24 months, we anticipate to go in construction for over 600 single-family homes across 7 different projects here in the city of Adelanto. And we want to thank Bo Cooper for that. So, Superintendent Walker with the Adelanto Elementary School District, Dr. Purcell, right, here in the near future, we're going to be having potentially 600 more homes being built in the city of Adelanto. Next slide. We have a great development going on off of Seneca and 395, and it's going to be a 150,000 square foot commercial storage building. It's going to have 7 buildings and 2 commercial carports. This unique site will also have the ability for premium leasing office space and public business opportunities. They were very creative, and they asked staff, what are some of the things that the city needs? Again, this city was found off of entrepreneurship, self-employment, and they said, you guys need office space? Awesome. We'll go ahead and we'll build it as well and provide that opportunity for all the up-and-coming entrepreneurs in the great city of Adelanto. Next slide, and go ahead and play this video.
Good evening, Adelanto residents. Councilman Mesa here to give you an update on the state of our city. We have a lot of interesting things going on with Adelanto Little League. We're thankful for all the youth. They're being trained in teamwork, hard work, and discipline. It's great for all the volunteers that are coming out that are all residents of the city. You get a sense of enjoyment when you're working with kids and giving the knowledge that you know. So I wanted to thank you personally for giving that time and that knowledge to our youth of our city of Adelanto. So talking about Little League, it's every day. The commitment is every day for these kids, practice or a game, and we're traveling from Hesperia to Wrightwood, and the commitment it takes for all the parents to unite, it really builds and strengthens the community, and I see it on a day-to-day basis. Just the coaches going out there to drag the fields, to clean the fields, enriches our parks and has something beautiful for our youth to come out to play with. So every volunteer, every player, every parent matters. Come out, watch your kids, even if we don't have kids, come feel the vibe at all the parks and see all the young youth doing something safe and fun in our city of Adelanto. And that's what it means to me to see the kids out there having a great time, doing something safe and learning something discipline, learning what it takes to have greater skills when they go into the middle schools and the high schools, that they've already established this leadership, this teamwork, this hard work and discipline. And that's what Adelanto Little League brings to the city. Some of the new businesses that are coming out is Only Sinaloa off Cactus. Great Mexican restaurant, love it. Come out and check it out. Another new business opportunity that came in was Status. Status is a dispensary that's on Bartlett, and they just threw one of the major concerts here in the city of Adelanto. A free event that had a lot of hip hop artists, and it was a great safe environment for everybody to come out and enjoy. So let me give you a little update on the parks. We are applying for grants right now to refurbish and reuse all of our new material at the new park. So we're not just building a brand new park, we're also trying to refurbish all the parks we do have. So they are safer for our animals and our adults and all our kids that are walking in the park areas. It's our commitment to you to have the best parks up here in the high desert, and we're doing everything we can without going into the taxpayer dollar to get grants that will pay for all these parks to be refurbished in a beautiful area in the city of Adelanto. So this council in 2024 has brought you a brand new water park in the north side of the city of Adelanto. We continue to push to bring new parks all over the city. We are working on one right now where Clark Pacific is also going to donate cement dugout. This is going to be an establishment between the city and local businesses to bring together a park for the community. This is what our goal is to combine all the businesses and all the community together to have a great and beautiful city of Adelanto. A lot of interesting things are also happening at Clark Pacific. We have new hiring about to be happening, so if you are in the construction industry, make sure you get your resume up and over to Clark Pacific. Some of the things we are doing, we are donating to all the 501c3s that are in the city that are doing something actually for the city. So if you're a 501c3 in the city and you can show what you have done for our community, our youth, our veterans, our seniors, anything that you are doing, email me on what you're doing with your 501c3 and I can present it to the owners of Clark Pacific to see if you qualify to get a sponsorship from the company. So there's a lot of interesting things coming out. Thank you for joining us at the State of the City of Adelanto.
Sounded good there, Councilmember Mesa. And I got to get you in front of that camera a little bit more often. But to talk about parks, we're excited to announce the first park in about 30 years. If you know the history of Adelanto, we haven't had many parks, and we're happy that we were able to have be awarded the $2.8 million state grant funded by Prop 68 that was able to be built right there off of Chamberlain and Jonathan on the northeast side of town. It has a splash pad. It's a beautiful park. We also instilled some of those cameras there because some of the concerns that parents were having was safety, right? So the main thing that we want to do is be able to provide atmospheres and areas for our kids to be able to go there and have a great time. The second park that we're currently working on is off of Bellflower and Chamberlain. So we're excited to be able to have that second park there. But like Councilmember Mesa also mentioned, we're rehabbing a lot of our parks, the Sierra Park, Marconi Park, Desert Trails. We're applying for those grants to be able to make those parks a lot more attractive and more fun for our community. In regards to this, the next video that we're gonna play is one of the projects that was brought to us at the beginning of this year was the community garden. So go ahead and play the video.
Hey guys, Councilwoman Stevana Evans here at the site of our very first community garden, right here on the corner of Chamberlain and Jonathan at our brand new city park. We are so excited about this community garden because the Adelanto Community Garden isn't just about tomatoes and turnips. Our garden is rooted in purpose. We're tackling the food insecurity head on by providing our residents with healthy, fresh vegetables and fruits right here in our own city. It's about growing more than just crops. We're growing health, hope, and a stronger Adelanto. This garden, it's a teacher. From composting to conserving water, from planting seeds to harvesting. We're teaching our residents how to grow their own meals and feed their families and take care of the earth. This is how we build sustainability that sticks, because knowledge is power and growth happens in the soil and the soul. So whether you've got a green thumb or just curious hand, everybody has a place here in the Adelanto Community Garden. More than anything, this is a place to belong, a place where strangers become neighbors and neighbors become family. This is how we do it in Adelanto. We do it together.
22 tons, tires, 10 tons, green waste, 14.25 tons. At our next trash community pickup day that we have, the city was awarded a grant, so we will have those little waste buckets, right, that we'll be handing out to our community. So when you go and you dump your trash there at the stadium at that pickup day, you'll be given one of those. Now, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I'm still ahead of myself. It's one more slide. So, community engagement. It's a lot of information. So I'm gonna just highlight a couple of things in our community engagement with our communication with our engineering, our building and safety, our compliance, our planning, and our permits. This is the blood flow of our city. The heartbeat of our city is the land use department. 13,000 visitors access our launch platform. So that means that's how many different type of businesses or people inquired about coming to our city. We had a total of 3,332 total submissions that were created, and we had roughly $5 million in payments processed through that platform. So what that means is as people are looking and looking at the city of Adelanto to see if that's a city that they want to be able to move over and do business with, we're roughly at about 10% of those people who visit our cities. Pending types, we have a lot of growth in the HVAC area. Our water heater changeout has increased by 5,800%, and our single trip wide load permit over 7,000% increase. Now, our 24-hour and 24/7 support, we had 748 submissions. That's a growth of 22%. So in time spent, we have estimated over 3,000 hours or just 72 weeks of staff time saved. You see, a lot of the things that the city manager has done is things to be physically responsible when it comes to how it is that we manage the tax dollars of our community. Sometimes the decisions that he makes are not the popular decisions to make. But as a council and as a city manager and our staff, it's our job to ensure that all the decisions that we make is to a benefit for the well-being of each and every single one of you and to the well-being and the growth of the city. That's why I'm happy to announce that this is going to be our 4th year in a row that we'll be able to say that the city of Adelanto has been able to balance our budgets and not have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul and be physically responsible with the taxpayers' dollars as we continue to move this city forward. So city manager and staff, great job. Now to the first responders, right? The part that I've been talking about and missing on the presentation. Calls for service, 28,622 for the sheriff's department, 134 for our fire department, and 3,226 for our EMS services. When we say that we are a growing city, we are a growing city. The Bear staff of sheriffs, thank you for all the hard work that you do, for the overtime, for the commitment, for the help, for the just stretching of yourself. But ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it this way, I'm done stretching. I'm done overbearing our staff and having them wear 4 or 5 hats because I'm done paying for the sins of our fathers. We have amazing leadership, we have amazing staff, and we're ready to be able to move our city forward. And sometimes decisions like this vacant land tax that I continue to talk about can be the solution that can help move our city forward. Over the course of 20 years, that vacant land tax can generate the city of Adelanto over $120 million. 70% of those people who own these parcels in our city do not live in this country. They don't even probably know where the city of Adelanto is. $500 is not going to kill a landowner that owns a commercial parcel. This is something that we thought about, we put a lot of effort in to ensure that every single person that will have to deal with this is something that is not going to kill them, it's not going to be something that's going to hinder them, but it'll be something for them to be able to play their part in being a partner in the city of Adelanto. If they're not going to come clean their property, guess what? We'll do it for them. If they're not going to want to do this, guess what? We'll do it for them. But again, our children, our residents, our community deserve better. We deserve, and it's our time to have the proper amount of sheriff, the proper amount of firefighters, the proper amount of EMS. Our children deserve more parks. Our children deserve more things to be able to do, more retail, more commercial, more activities, all the things that we talk about. Don't get me wrong, I love everything that Hesperia, Barstow, Apple Valley, and Victorville has, but our community also deserves that as well. But being able to have people who own land from the 80s and do nothing with it does not help the city of Adelanto. If they want to own that land and keep it, great, own the land to keep it. $500 a month, $500 a year isn't going to break your pockets. $50 a year isn't going to break your back. It's something that the community is asking for, and it's something that we continue to look forward to be able to utilize this to move our city forward. Next slide, please. Because we have to become and have creative citywide community art projects. And here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over really quick to Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Ramos, if you wanna come up a little bit and talk about the citywide community art project that you initiated.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Great evening, Adelanto. And yes, I know Barstow and Apple Valley, you guys are looking at me crazy, Hesperia. Today, you're Adelantians, okay? Whether you like it or not. We know you like it. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an amazing opportunity to bring to the city of Adelanto our citywide community art box project. If you have not been able to see some of the boxes that are already decorated in some amazing artwork, please check it out. There's one on the corner of 395 and Palmdale with Mr. Richardson. There's one on Adelanto Road and Air Expressway, which represents the, hey, Brenda, how are you? I didn't even see you there, girl. Our city clerk, give it up for our city clerk. I didn't even see you, our city clerk, okay. And then one of my favorite ones is the one at our new park off of Jonathan that is done, it was done by handprints from different community members, so it's really cool. The reason for this project, ladies and gentlemen, was just to bring life to the city of Adelanto, right? We don't want to fall victim to our surroundings, and unfortunately in the desert, you know, we see a lot of dirt and a lot of Joshua trees, and then more dirt, and then more Joshua trees, right? So we wanted to be one of the first cities here in the high desert to embrace art and express, you know, the sentiments and the way, you know, Adelanto's residents feel through artwork. So we reached out to a local resident, Ms. Vanessa Gomez. She could not be here in attendance with us tonight, but if you're listening in, Vanessa, thank you for the amazing work and the amazing art that you've brought to our city. With the approval and the support of Mayor Reyes, our amazing city manager, Jesse Flores, and our amazing city council, we've elected to move forward with 4 more boxes. So that would be a total of 8 boxes in the city, and we're gonna do more. The goal is to do every single box and then start working on wall murals as well. So for residents out there, if you have any ideas, if you guys have any visions that you want to see out throughout the community, please reach out to Mayor, myself, city council members, Mr. Flores. Don't reach out to Brenda because she's busy all the time. But please reach out to us with your ideas and any suggestions of what you guys would like to see. And we look forward to producing more art on our boxes. Thank you, Mayor.
And if you are available this upcoming Wednesday, that actually is an agenda item that we're going to be talking about. So if there's any Dodger fans, that's being thrown around, right, to do okay, we got a couple Dodger fans, right? So we have a couple concepts, right? We're excited about it, and your feedback is most definitely important. So go ahead and go on to the next slide.
Hey Adelanto, sorry I couldn't be with you guys today, but I just wanted to take a few minutes and share some of the great things that the community is doing. We've got some great nonprofit organizations in our city really putting in the work for all of us residents here in the city of Adelanto. And so one of the things I want to highlight is that Journey Foursquare in Adelanto is one of the few providers of food through Community Action Partners. So we are so excited to be able to bring those services and resources to our city through partners like Journey Foursquare. And so they're able to bring food, they're able to bring diapers. We're hoping they're going to bring up their mobile showers. So we're thankful to Community Action Partners of San Bernardino County, and we are most certainly very excited about the partnership that they have with Journey Foursquare. Additionally, we want to thank the program directors over at ACRC. They have been putting in the work for years, making sure that our residents had access to clothes and food and all sorts of great things, especially during the holiday season with their turkey giveaways. And they do the best that they can with what they've got. And they have been a consistent staple in our city for a number of years. So we are grateful to the members over at the ACRC. And for our Veterans Post, although their offices have been shut for just a few months, we do want to recognize the great work that they've done here, as well as the Women's Auxiliary, just being able to come into fellowship with other veterans, and just want to recognize the great work that that their Women's Auxiliary has done here in the city by bringing together lots of women and the fellowship and the good work that they've done and served within our community. So we're just so grateful for their leadership and their servant hearts. I definitely don't want to forget the behavioral health commissioners up here in the high desert. We are thankful to have Lieutenant Cahow as our vice chair here in the city of Adelanto, and all of the services that they are letting our residents know about here in the city, not just for our youth and our adults, but for people that are in crisis, and just to know that there are people who care about those who are struggling with mental health in our area. And so we are thankful to the commissioners, and we are also very thankful to some of the other organizations here that support mental health services here in the high desert. Of course, being the pastor here at New Leaf Ministries, I just want to thank the team and our slew of volunteers. We have got a ton of volunteers that are passionate about serving. And so they don't just serve here in Adelanto, but they do, especially in Adelanto. They serve throughout the high desert. But I want to thank our clothing closet director, Adriana Garcia, and I want to thank Nicole Clark, who runs our food ministry. Week after week, day in and day out, they serve this community with food and clothes, some of the basic needs that our families need here in the high desert. So we're just super grateful to be a part of the service providers here in our city and throughout the high desert. So thank you so much to the team at New Leaf Ministries.
And I'm excited to announce something that has been needed for some time is the reopening of our senior center and our community center. This is something that was closed during the pandemic, during COVID, and it was much needed for it to be opened, right? So I would like to say thank you to the partners over there with Molding Hearts, Gali Wadu, Daryl, and Angie Miller, and Lakita Johnson, who have been the partners to come here to the city of Adelanto. And if we can go on to the next slide, please. It should be the photos. There we go. Just to see some of the highlights of what we've been able to do. Mind you, it's been almost 4 years that senior center has been closed. We've had several residents who've passed away because they were in isolation and just because of age. But now with it being opened, we're happy to see that we're having roughly 100 to 150 seniors a day that are coming here Monday through Friday, and they're being able to have a free breakfast and lunch cooked for them at no charge, to be able to give them gourmet meals, to be able to give them activities, to be able to give them services right there at the senior center. It's a beautiful thing to be able to drive by or to be able to stop by and talk to our seniors and just spend some time with them, because they have some amazing stories. They have some great interactions. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank the Molding Hearts team for all that it is that they've done and being able to get our senior center back opened and running. So thank you so much. And to the Colonel staff, we're most definitely going to talk to see what it is we can do about supporting them as well. Moving on to our sponsorship appreciation. As we come to a close, ladies and gentlemen, I'm usually a very excited, outgoing, uplifting person. But as I go over all these announcements, I go over all of these updates, my heart is just overwhelmed by all the hard work that our staff has done, that our community is going to be able to enjoy, and that our council has done. So council, again, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for all the trips that have taken, the meetings that we sit in, the sacrifice that we take away from our families. It's something truly that I know is appreciated and is support of the community, but it's also something that I know that we'll be able to say that we were a pivotal part in that trajectory and that lift, right, that really makes Adelanto that city with unlimited opportunities. So if I can please have Councilmember Mesa and Mayor Pro Tem please come on up as we go over some of our sponsorship appreciation. Sponsorship, just call up the sponsors. So our first sponsor that we're going to have here is we want to say thank you to our amazing supervisor for District 1, the Colonel, Paul Cook. If we can have Tim or
You want to bring them all up at one time? Each one, but you can just read one. I'm going to read one. So, from the City of Adelanto, a certificate of appreciation awarded to Supervisor Paul Cook's office in recognition of your generous support for the 2025 City of Adelanto State of the City. Your partnership plays a vital role in the strengthening of our community and creating meaningful opportunities for the residents of Adelanto. We thank you. Can we get Clark Pacific to come up, please? SoCal Gas. Southern California Edison. Lan Wan Enterprise. Sorry. Burtec.
Oh, Bertet.
The Adelanto Plaza and Event Center.
Give them a special shout out because they were the sponsors of the game piece, please.
A special shout out to Daryl and his team. They were the ones who sponsored our game piece for tonight. Big Daryl. Perk Water, can you please come up?
So we're going to just take a quick picture, but to all of our partners, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much in allowing us to be able to have this state of the city and really be able to update our community and keep them informed. And I'll go ahead and turn this over really quick to Councilmember Angela Mesa.
We want to do a special presentation for Clark Pacific. Little background, Clark Pacific has done a lot of donations throughout the whole year, from turkeys to hams, monetary compensations to a lot of the 501c here, so I want to read this out. In recognition for your years of this is for years. In recognition for your years of generosity and contributions to the residents and nonprofit organizations of the City of Adelanto, we proudly honor your continued presence in the city, your steadfast partnership, and your unwavering commitment to our community growth and development. Your dedication has not only supported the progress of the City of Adelanto, but has also made a lasting impact and well-being of our residents. We sincerely gratefully for all you have done and continue to do for our city and its people. On behalf of the City Council and City and staff, we extend our deepest appreciation for your efforts to make Adelanto a better place to live, work, and thrive. We thank you. Nick, would you like to come up here?
Yeah.
Say a few words.
Yeah, I mean, when you guys talk about partnership, with local businesses and the community, you guys really mean it, right? We've been operating in the city now for 8 years. We moved up from Fontana 2 years ago. We closed our Fontana plant and came up here 8 years ago. Not too far away from here. We're only probably a short mile away from the high school we're at now. And it's been incredible, the amount of support that the council, City Manager Flores, has provided to our business and allowed us to flourish, allowed us to grow quickly when we needed to. There's been times recently where The business needed to grow rapidly to meet some of our customer needs. We had some opportunities, and they've been great in being present and partnering with us so that we could grow quickly and ultimately provide more jobs here in the high desert. So we appreciate that greatly at Clark Pacific. So thank you. I'll share this with the office at the plant here tomorrow, and appreciate this recognition. So thank you.
And we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen, I promise. Now it's gonna be the fun stuff. That's the present. That's the work that we've been able to do here at City Hall. But none of this means anything if it isn't for the future. And the future is bright in the city of Adelanto. One of the things that we value and that we really are focusing on is the youth engagement. We have Councilmember Mesa, who's heavily involved in Little League. We have members of the council who are involved in youth football and cheer. And one of the other things that we started focusing on is within our youth engagement is a advisory mock youth council. This is a conversation that Mayor Pro Tem and I were having about how do we prepare and how do we help our future generation of high school kids really be able to understand what goes on at City Hall. What does the city manager do? What does the city clerk do? What does staff do? What is engineering? What's the process on how to be able to start a business or whatever the case may be, right? So we're fortunate enough to be able to, again, partner up with the amazing Adelanto High School and the BAR program here at the school. And we have a short video that we'd love for you guys to be able to watch.
Great day, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Ramos, your favorite Mayor Pro Tem for the city of Adelanto here. Just wanted to introduce our future leaders of the city of Adelanto here, Eddie, Alexis, and Heaven. We want to take this time to first and foremost thank the amazing partnership and relationship we've had over the last few years with the BAR program from Adelanto High School. The job that, not only Ms. Parr and her colleagues have done. It's been a great experience, I know, for the kids, but really great experience for us, your elected officials. We get to spend time with these young adults and really get a sense of what they're wanting to see in Adelanto come the future. It's allowed us to close the gap between the youth and local government. Gives them the opportunity to actually come in here and look at the fun stuff that we actually do, right? And hopefully it'll motivate them to become, future city managers, future city attorneys, future mayors, future council members. At the end of the day, we need to find those new leaders that we're gonna be passing the torch to. So with that being said, I also wanna take this opportunity to announce the beginning of our Mayor's Youth Advisory Council here in the city of Adelanto. Today was the first step of that. We were able to bring them in here and do a city council meeting where they got to sit in the chairs, they got to listen to some amazing public comment, they got to lead us in prayer, lead us in the flag salute. We hope to build on this, right, so that we can, again, really narrow that and bridge that gap between the youth and local government. So do want to take a minute here to hear from these future leaders. Eddie, how did it feel today to actually be in the city manager's chair and kind of take part in an actual city council meeting?
It was a really great experience, because like that I was able to see behind the scenes of what really goes on with the city, how the council handled everything, what happens with the people, how everything gets situated, was able to get a feel with that. And with the new program coming out, I'm excited to see what's coming along with it, bro.
Sure. So let me ask you a question. If you were to take over the city manager position, and we got a chance to hear from him a little bit today, if you were able to take over that position tomorrow, what's something that you feel you would want to go after and bring into the city of Adelanto?
I would like to bring more of the community together. How you said, like recreation center and stuff. I would like to do that, especially to the young minds and young kids, like more closer together. Basketball courts or whatever it is, but that they could do more better community building.
Got you. So like more community programs.
Yeah, more community.
Awesome. Love it. Miss Alexis, what does it mean to you? What did it mean to you today to come on in here and kind of get a little bit of behind the scenes? You weren't a council member yet, right? But you definitely got to see how the council meetings operate, and what are you potentially looking forward to?
The whole experience was great. Everything, I never knew you guys were actually doing all this stuff. It was just really great.
Gotcha. If you saw yourself in one of these positions or any position in City Hall, right? We got to hear from planning, public works, animal control, engineering. Do you see yourself potentially fitting into one of those roles in the future?
Maybe, like,
Which one would it be?
maybe Michael Show, director, I guess.
Animal Control. There you go. We're looking at our future director of Animal Control, ladies and gentlemen. And lastly, Heaven, what did it mean to you today, to be here and be able to experience some of the behind the scenes?
Being here to see the behind the scenes really just like honestly, my mind more open about what actually happens in the government and all the different roles, and maybe will like encourage me to be in a job in the government culture.
Perfect. Is there a message that you want to give or send to all of your colleagues, your peers?
Just to never give up and keep your mind to something and don't let others' words get to you.
So unfortunately, we had to be proactive with that because the BAR program, which is a great partnership with the city, for some reason will not be able to move forward. And I think it's out of Dr. Purcell's hands. It's something that was made of a decision. But what it did do is it expedited us as a council to be able to keep this going, to be able to keep this opportunity available for our youth, to be able to continue the engagement with the city of Adelanto, right? To be able to keep the engagement with the staff, with the city council. So if anyone's out there, I think this is a great program that we should most definitely reconsider on keeping going, right? Because the engagement and the support that it brings for our youth is something that, like we noticed there, kids were able to really understand what it is that goes on in local government, right? They're able to understand how a city functions, how a city works. So Dr. Purcell and your amazing staff, thank you so much for blessing us with that opportunity to be able to engage with our youth and to be able to properly inform them on how local government works. So to move on to the celebrations, we have our Go Green Scholarship, right? Back in 2016, like we mentioned earlier, back in 2016, we embraced the cannabis industry, and it was most definitely a pivotal part to be able to bring financial stability back to the city of Adelanto because we inherited a structural deficit of negative $6.5 million a year. So that means when every time we reset it, right, whenever the new calendar started, we were in the hole $6.5 million every single year. And a big part of that is because we had no opportunity for taxes. We couldn't develop and take advantage of the 30,000 cars that go up and down Highway 395 each and every single day. So that's why we went after the cannabis industry and brought them into our city. That is a big reason outside of all the financial and the physical responsibility that our staff has made and all of the cost savings to our city that we're able to be in this opportunity and be in this position that we are today. So to share a little bit more detail about this, I would like to ask Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Ramos to come up and Councilmember Mesa to come up.
All right, thank you again. And really quick, guys, before we jump into this this scholarship that's very near and dear to my heart, I consider it my baby, right? If you guys could please help me wish, by a round of applause, my dad an early 88th birthday. Happy birthday, Pop. Thank you. So back. Obviously, you heard a little bit of the story from Mayor about us embracing the cannabis industry. When I joined the team in 2018, one of my goals with Mayor, I said, Mayor, we need to do whatever we need to do to erase this black cloud that's over our cannabis industry, right? We can do amazing things if we just deal with the community professionally, responsibly, and respectfully, right? This plant can do amazing things for us. We all read the stories about past administration. We all saw the pictures, right? And I think we were all pretty much fed up with this, and it was a mission of Mayor, myself, and the council to move forward with creating something that would begin to erase that dark cloud, right? Our kids we have some special kids here. Dr. Purcell read our stats, and our kids are special, they're smart, they're talented, they want to continue going to school, but they just can't afford it right now, right? So we found a way. The door was shut in our face, and I'll take the heat, right, Ms. Purcell, sorry, in advance. We created this scholarship, and we presented it to the district, and unfortunately they said no, right, when they heard the word cannabis, which is understandable. So we immediately jumped on the phone with Wonder Woman, is what we call her, and said, Principal Purcell, we have an issue. Like, the district doesn't even want to hear about it. I don't know what we're going to do. And let me back up really quick before I go into that, how we found out about the scholarship. I was actually in Denver, Colorado with this guy sitting up here that kind of looks like me in the hat, right? We went out there to see the Niners beat up on the Denver Broncos, and I found out that Pueblo County, Colorado uses their cannabis tax dollars to provide up to 500 scholarships for the graduating seniors of Pueblo County, Colorado high schools, ranging anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, right? Which is an amazing thing. But for everybody that has kids in college right now, we know that that's pretty much not, paying for anything, maybe some books. So we gathered that information, brought it back to Mayor, brought it back to our amazing city manager, Mr. Flores, and said, guys, we want to do this. We want to do this exact same thing, but we want to 10X it. Right? We want it to be $50,000. We want to really change somebody's lives when we hand them this type of check. So we got to work. We got to work around the clock. Fast forward to where I left off. Principal Purcell's, I'll never forget this. She said, Mayor Pro Tem, Mayor, don't worry about it. We're going to figure out a way. Like, we're going to send my babies to school. We're going to figure out a way. Kept working. About 2 years later, we figured it out, guys. We figured it out, and last year, we issued our first round of scholarships to 3 graduating seniors in the amount of $15,000 each. I'll say it, $15,000 each. It wasn't 50, but it's going to be 50, right? You got my word. I got the green light from the city manager to increase it next year. But it was great. It was a great feeling to not only be the first city in the state of California to do something like this and the second in the country, but it really did start to kind of erase that dark cloud that's over our cannabis community, right? The emotion that comes from the families when we call them, oof, I'm about to start crying right now. Your amputee likes to cry. That's what we do it for, right? The smiles on their faces, the tears, just the awe. Right, the shocked moment that, man, we really got a check for $15,000. This is really going to do something for our school, right? I had a young lady who's going to be up here with me in a little bit. She shared with me earlier, she said, man, times are tough for my family right now. My mom lost her job. The tariffs are killing, the ports right now. My dad's a truck driver. You don't even know what this did for our family right now, right? That's the reason that we do it. Thank you. So I will... Before we get into it, again, I will every year, right? Every year that we do this, I look forward to this, right? Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Manager. Thank you, Councilman Meza, Councilwoman Updergrove, Evans as well, for your guys' support and really believing in this program and trusting that this community can do great things as long as it's treated respectfully, responsibly, and professionally. So with that being said, we're going to read one scholarship, and then we'll announce the 3 students that got it, and then bring them up, okay? Certificate of scholarship in the amount of $15,000. Congratulations on behalf of Mayor Gabriel Reyes and the Adelanto City Council. We applaud your outstanding achievement. You have been selected as the recipient of the 2025 City of Adelanto Green Futures Cannabis Scholarship Program. Your dedication and perseverance have distinguished you as a student worthy of recognition by your community, and we encourage you to persist in your educational pursuits. The scholarship funds will be dispersed directly to your educational institution and can be utilized for the tuition, room, and board expenses. These funds are applicable towards associate's, bachelor's, and master's degree programs and must be used within 5 years. We extend our best wishes for success and well-being in all your future endeavors. First to the stage, it is our pleasure to welcome the first recipient, Ms. Sky Blanks.
And we'll do the photos all together. Our second recipient is Danley Ruiz.
Dixia Subale, that's all. And my friend, my buddy, my neighbor, my sister in Christ, Dixia Sublen, please come up here.
You want to take pictures? Let's take pictures. Really quick, ladies, I just want to, super proud of you all. I took the time to read every single one of the essays of this, I believe there was 5 or 6 applicants that submitted. Each one of your essays touched me in different ways, right? From the, I want to help people without them even knowing my name, right? To the, it changing my family, to it just, me being a productive a citizen here, wanting to come back and invest in our city, right? Those are the things that got you the scholarship, right? That got you this award. Keep those things in your heart. Keep those things first, right? And this is nothing compared to what you ladies are going to accomplish, right? So I want to give you the opportunity if you want. You don't have to. If you want to take a quick second and thank anybody or give a few words, feel free. The mic is yours.
Hi, my name is Sky Blanks, and I would like to thank Mr. Reyes for bringing this scholarship here and selecting me for this scholarship. I would like to thank my mom as well. And I would also like to thank my principal, Ms. Purcell, for providing your students with so many opportunities. Like, I wasn't the most socially standout student. I wasn't very popular, so you probably don't know me. But I would like to thank you for your hard work. Like I said, you may not know me, so you probably don't know this, but I appreciate everything you do for your students and allowing your students to have so many programs and so many opportunities. So thank you.
Sorry guys, I never talk in front of a lot of people, so I want to thank both of the mayors for this opportunity. It really gives my family like a good, just helping us out because we weren't really ready for all this college stuff, but it really did help us out. I have my first year fully paid for now due to this. And just thank you to my parents. They always push me for everything. And yeah, I can't really talk no more, but thank you. I appreciate everything.
Where do I even start? I would like to thank all the city council members for what you guys do. Just attending this meeting and hearing about all the amazing things you guys are doing in our community. It makes me really happy to see that the High Desert is growing, so this is amazing. And I also want to thank my mom and dad, because without them, I wouldn't be here. And I also want to thank Charity. Shout out to Charity. She has been just such a light in my life. She has the way she just has this love for the youth, it's just amazing. And I also want to give a shout out to Amanda. I know she wasn't here, but I just have to give her a shout out because she's my pastor and she's helped me so much. She has mentored me. She has just helped me look at things from a different perspective. So I also want to thank her for that. And winning this scholarship, when I got the call yesterday, I was just in shock. I couldn't even believe it. And my family right now, we're going through financial hardships right now, so this just helped so much. Me and Danelli, we will be attending Cal State Long Beach, so together. So our first year was paid for, and I just want to, this wouldn't be possible without hard work and God, so. Thank you, guys.
So lastly, 2 quick things. Number one, I promise you that Principal Purcell knows who you are. If there's anything she knows her students. So I know she knows who you are. And then lastly, again, This would not be possible without your help, your support, your mentorship. Doctor, principal, Wonder Woman, thank you so much, and I cannot wait to be back on stage next year with even a higher amount to award to your awesome students. Thank you.
Congratulations again, ladies. And just in closing, you've heard from myself a lot, you've heard from Mayor Pro Tem, but I also want to allow Councilmember Mesa to say a few words. Yes, this State of the City is supposed to be a mayor's State of the City. It's supposed to be the announcements and this and the third. But again, I'm just one of 5. And I couldn't do this without my amazing team, without my amazing staff, and without their continued support and the vision that it is that we have for the city of Adelanto. So Councilmember Mesa, if you want to come up and just share a few words, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. A lot of the things I want to say was already covered, so I won't keep us here long, but I just wanted to shout out to a lot of the nonprofits that are working here, and Councilwoman Amanda's not here, so New Leaf. Just want to make sure we shout out New Leaf for a lot of the amazing work they do here. You can see the young ladies here that really get touched by all the work that they do here in the community. I've worked with a lot of companies that are donating to the city, that are bringing movies in the parks, right? I wanted to touch on the lower aspects of what's going on in the city. We were flying at such a high level, but there's so many things to do, like movies in the parks that come out. We're working on harvest things this year so that we come out and join each other. It's great to see when the families come out and enjoy their times and they're playing catch, kids playing catch with each other, dads playing catch with each other, and then they stay and enjoy a movie. It's an amazing feeling to see that. It's getting the community together, and that's what makes Adelanto strong. Working at Clark Pacific has been a blessing because of the donations they do. I get to meet a lot more residents when they allow me to pass out turkeys and hams for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I get a lot of love back. You don't know what that energy feels like to say thank you, thank you, thank you. All I get is thank yous and blessings, and I get to receive that on behalf of the company, but I get that energy, and it's a God blessing that I get. So I want to thank my company for allowing me to do that, and going out and seeing all the residents and seeing their faces and being able to do that. It's such a blessing. Working with New Leaf, and we had an event last year that was called We Love Adelanto, where we worked with the City Serve that the mayor brought, and we continued with them. And we gave out a lot of household items, and there was free food, and there was a kids zone, and there was prayer going on, and people getting saved, and it was just an amazing experience. We had over 1,500 residents there, right? It was beautiful. So please come out to the events that we're doing, because lives are being changed, and it's just being touched, and it's just a good time, right? It's just a good time that we're doing. A lot of things that Daryl's doing at the stadium is just fun, good, clean times. There's not a lot of issues, there's no fights, there's nothing going on, but just clean music going on and just good entertainment going on at the stadium. Before I was a councilman, I was known as Coach Mesa, right? And that's kind of what got me elected, is just me putting in work, doing what I love to do. We brought a lot of professional athletes, thanks to the mayor and us working together. Thanking Ms. Parcells for letting us use the football field to bring Trench House out here to teach our kids, allowing Adelanto Little League to have baseball camps with the high school. The baseball team works with Little League and they train them so they can work on their goals and their skills. These are things I want to make sure that we understand that's going on, even if you're not in sports, but the high schools work so much with us for our youth. That's a lot of things that are going on. My kids played for Adelanto Little League. They love it. My daughter, I'm really proud to say I'm one of the founding fathers and mothers of girls flag football here in the city of Adelanto. About 4 years ago, about 20 girls started at Marconi Park playing flag football. That number has gone up to about 50 girls. Those 50 girls are now going into high school as freshmen. And thank you to Ms. Parcells, we are the first high school in the high desert to have a girls flag football team here in the high desert. My daughter Angelica is going to be playing on that varsity, hopefully if she makes it, on that varsity team. So I'm excited, but those are the things that are going on. Adrian, he's asleep over there. He couldn't make it through the meeting. He's an all-star baseball player for Little League. Those are the things that the Little League has done. My son Alexander worked with the Kings here in Adelanto, went to the Warriors. Then he became a travel football player going across. I say all that because I want to thank all the time that was spent by all these coaches and just volunteers, from the Bartolas, the Moniques, the Wadus, the Hiltons, the Moores, the Rochelle's, the Billies, and now the Nichelle's, the Bushes, the countless hours of sacrifice for their times from 5 a.m. to set up the fields to 11 p.m. to cleaning up of the fields. I thank you for the bottom of my heart that our kids are able to get these skills so they can progress in life and have that confidence and skills to do the things that they love. I want to shout out my planning commissioner, Chair Wagner, that was here. And I want to, still here, you're in the back, there you are, my friend. And a special thank you to my wife, Isis, for allowing me and putting up with me through all this and still being by my side. And thank you to all the residents. And I just want to say, let's make Adelanto a great place to work, play, and spend time with our families. And I thank you.
So just in closing, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you to all the dignitaries, to all of our partners, and to our community. We couldn't do this without you, right? One of the things that we do believe is that we are not like any other city here in the high desert. We think outside of the box, we have to operate different, but most importantly, we value each and every single one of you, and that's why we work as hard as it is we do to make Adelanto truly the city with unlimited possibilities. Just like Councilmember said, we love Adelanto, and in closing, we are Adelanto. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you all for being here tonight, and thank you for doing such an amazing job sharing the past, present, and future of the city of Adelanto. It has been a true honor to serve as your MC for this year's City of Adelanto State of the City event, and be among so many people who care deeply about the future of this great city. From the inspiring stories of our past to the energy and promise of our young leaders, tonight has reminded us what makes Adelanto truly special. It's not just the plans or the projects, it's the people. The students, their families, our city leaders, the partners, and neighbors who show up, speak up, and shape what comes next. On behalf of Adelanto High School, thank you once again for joining us. We are proud to have hosted this evening of connection, celebration, and shared vision for our city's future. As you leave tonight, we hope you carry with you a renewed sense of purpose, unity, and commitment to the possibilities that lie ahead. Before you go, don't forget to stop by the Go table one last time to pick up your Adelantopoly iron game piece. And please enjoy the rest of your evening in the free parking lounge, where we look forward to welcoming you back in the future, talking to you, and wishing you well. Thank you all again for your attendance. Have a wonderful evening.